Are you positive about spending your holidays in the castle?
Have you told you 1,000 times, Ominis? Why wouldn't I be?
You don't have better things to do with your time on Christmas.
It's our last chance to celebrate Christmas at Hogwarts before we graduate. I want to make the most of it.
I am just saying it's a little miserable spending your holidays chaperoning me.
I'd prefer to spend it with you, Ominis. And if you don't stop going on about it, I'll feed myself to the tentaculars. So, how did it end up with Pinch Smedley?
A gentleman never tells. Although, I did hear a rumor from Andrew Larson that you found her family blueprints. The word is, the Pinch Smedleys are building a secret chamber in the library of their manor.
Andrew Larson is a tireless gossip, and a poor one at that. Her potion's homework was flying around the Quidditch pitch. I just returned it to her, that's all.
You copied it, didn't you?
What do you take me for, Ominis? Of course, I copied it. Had to tell her that she got question 3 wrong.
You are most like Sebastian, aren't you?
How is Sebastian? I feel like I haven't seen him in days.
Oh, don't play coy with me. It has been positively awkward between you, hasn't it?
Accidentally kissing your best friend and arguing about it in front of the student cohort and staff faculty. Whatever makes you think things are awkward.
Shh. You bumped faces with each other. That's not exactly the end of the world. Anyway, if either of you listened to me, none of this would have happened. Sebastian refuses to hear reason, as usual. He's been asking about you, you know.
Really? What's he been asking?
I'm not obliged to say. But I will say this. The way you're carrying on is an enormous headache. Having a proper conversation like regular magical folk would make my life decidedly easier. So, can I offer some advice?
I take it you're going to offer it regardless.
Make it a rule that the next time you see him, you tell him. No more excuses.
Oh, you're right, Ominis. The next time I see him, I'll tell him. No excuses.
Thank Merlin. He's not going to hit you with the killing curse if he's not interested in dating you, you know.
He might...
Well, if he does, at least this will be over once and for all.
Ominis' advice turned out to be more difficult than I had anticipated. The next time I saw Sebastian was in the afternoon, as I was scrambling desperately to get to the bathroom. This was, of course, thanks to my tendency to wait until, quite literally, the last moment before relieving myself. Sebastian was perilously one head turn away from catching me in a dancing on the spot so that I don't accidentally wet myself while confessing my feelings moment. Thankfully, I was able to run into the bathroom without drawing attention to myself. So that didn't really count, did it? The second occasion was during my free period, as I ambled by the Charms classroom with Poppy. The door to the classroom was wide open, which Professor Ronan sometimes did to let in fresh air while he lectured. I was walking by the opening, gazing in, when Sebastian and I caught eyes. He was sitting in the back of the class, beaming sheepishly at me and waving. Somehow it didn't seem ideal to bellow a love confession across the classroom, midway through Professor Ronan explaining how healers get rid of the tiny facial tentacles from scrofungulus patients at St. Mungo's. The third time, I ran to catch up with him as he sauntered into the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. Only, it just so happened that he was running dangerously late for a NEWTS meeting with Professor Hecat, which he was urgently trying to get to and couldn't stop to chat, because Hecat was willing to discuss regrading his last exam from an EE to an O. I ended up saying my goodbyes far earlier than intended, and proceeded to spend the next few embarrassing moments walking silently in the same direction before actually parting ways. On the fourth occasion, I was chasing after Peeves, who had stolen my intimate apparel and was threatening to brandish it about the castle. Somewhere along the journey, Sebastian joined in, despite my protests, and was shouting curses at Peeves through the castle. He then, inadvertently, axioed my purple spotted underpants into his hand and uncomfortably passed them over to me. So, naturally, I spent the rest of the day in my dorm faking illness from a mug of sour pumpkin juice. And now, it's my 5th occasion.
Gran will kill me if I miss this train. I can't believe we didn't see the time. Imelda could be warned us for Merlin's sake.
It's still there. We should be all right.
I'll be all right when I'm on it. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Hi, Seb. Sebastian Sallow. There you are.
There you are. Slept through the clock, did we?
Poppy, I'm really sorry. I hope you weren't awaiting for me for long.
You were racking up quite a debt to me. I suppose I'll see you after Christmas. Don't let that grouch Omines keep you from trouble.
Don't forget to give my present to Anne. Will you write to us?
Always do.
Do you know what you should do? These are all just excuses, aren't they? Sebastian, I love you.
You what? Sorry, didn't catch that.
I said, I love you, Seb. I always have. I suppose I never had the guts to say it until now. Okay, I have one. Would you rather be eaten alive by flesh-eating slugs or spend a night sleeping in an acromantula cave?
The slugs. I expect their mouths, or is it tentacles rather, might feel like a relaxing massage. You're on a broom, flying over a crumbling cliff that Sebastian and I are both on. You can only save one.
Don't start. We agreed on fair questions only.
I take that to mean you'd save Sebastian. Hey!
It's Anne and Seb's letters.
My dear friend, happy Christmas. Firstly, I do apologise if the owl's screech startles you. It think it catching a cold. It terribly freezing here in London. Our aunt fireplace is infested with house gnomes, so it's worse than normal. She trying to sort it all out with magical pest control, but so far, I think they've just made them viciously angry. Last night I woke up to see there was one licking at my toe. Dreadful creatures. That's why we thought to give you the sweaters. The temperature, I mean, not the gnomes. I knitted one for me and Sebastian too. Granted, it was his idea. He felt it was prudent that I let you know this. Omines may need encouragement to wear his, so I leave this task in your capable hands. I'm sure my brother has already told you all about our aunt, the professor. I'm doing well. I feel my strength returning to me all the time, thanks to the potions she's been brewing. Professor Weasley says I might even be able to return to Hogwarts next year to complete my NEWTS if things keep going the way they are. I miss you and Omines greatly. I particularly think about you all the time, mostly because Sebastian has been finding every obscure chance to bring you up in conversation. What in Merlin's name happened between you? He was labouring over writing your letter all day and rudely refused to let me read it. Anyway, I do hope you're having a nice Christmas. Please take care of Omines over these holidays, as I promise to look after my brother equally so. All my love, Anne P.S. I adore the scarf. Thank you.
Letters from the Sallows.
I can dress myself.
Haha. Don't get snippy on Christmas, Omines. I'm following orders from higher up. Let me see the other letter.
I love you too.